The LeEco L2 stands among the rising crop of Chinese handsets that are looking to capture the attention of Indian smartphone buyers the same way that Xiaomi and OnePlus have managed to. Not a lot of devices in its price range offer metal bodies. Besides, there's the bold decision of shunning the 3.5mm headphone jack, which does stack a lot of odds against it. If you're considering giving the L2 a go, let us give you a little peek into what it has on offer. The iPhone-like design approach has been taken by the L2 with its metal unibody, rear antenna lines and bottom-firing speakers. The edges are flat though, instead of the round ones on the new iPhones. The front of this device might have seemed alluring to you in the images published online, which show minimal bezels, but it turns out that these black edges are much thicker in reality and spoil the looks of the phone a great deal. There has been a lot of talk about the creaking sound that comes from the L2's display when you press hard on it. We did not experience this issue, but we did find our device to have a slight flickering problem which showed up randomly. This flickering of the display is not noticeable from a normal distance, but only when the phone is held very close to the eyes. The metal surface of this phone is smooth to the touch and the 153-gram weight gives it an overall impressive feel. Ironically, the fingerprint scanner easily gets blemished with your fingerprints due to its shiny surface. If you don't know yet, the L2 does things a bit differently when it comes to audio. It has bid adieu to the 3.5mm jack and made friends with the CDLA standard, which works with the device's USB Type-C port. This is also where the charging cable goes, and it means that the headphones are also Type-C. Thankfully, LeEco gives you an adapter for using your old 3.5mm headphones on this phone. The L2 benefits from a 5.5-inch IPS LCD panel which is sharp to the last pixel. The color reproduction is great and the temperature is extremely balanced. Unfortunately, we couldn't test the outdoor visibility of this display under direct sunlight due to the cloudy weather in the ongoing monsoon. The speaker is one of the strong points of this device. It is loud, which makes it a pleasure for those who watch a lot of videos on their phones. At the highest volume, the audio will feel slightly distorted, but that's a trade-off we will happily accept in exchange of a truly loud speaker. Next, we talk about the controversial CDLA integration, which needs you to connect your headphones to a USB Type-C port rather than a 3.5mm audio jack. This is a major inconvenience, mainly because it makes all your expensive headphones obsolete, and secondly because you cannot charge your phone when you're listening to music. That aside, does the CDLA standard indeed deliver substantial quality? The answer is a resounding yes. For audiophiles, this will be a major selling factor, but for the usual consumer, it won't be something they will prefer to sacrifice the 3.5mm jack over. LeEco's very own EUI 5.8 can be found running on top of Android Marshmallow here. If you're a first time user of this ROM, a major change you'll need to get used to is not finding the quick settings in the notifications drop down menu. You can only access them via the recents button. Although an inconvenience at first, you won't be annoyed with this at all after a few hours of usage. A few of LeEco's very own apps make their way into the software. One is LeVD, which displays YouTube videos coming from the channels of LeEco's partners. And then there is the live icon, which sits in the place of an app drawer icon and shows you live television content as long as you are subscribed to the LeEco membership package. In reality, it is nothing but a customized version of Yup TV. The last big software addition is LeView, which adds an exclusive panel towards the left of the home screen for offering news articles and, you guessed it right, more videos. The rest of the software is pretty similar to other Chinese ROMs like MIUI. We found the user interface to be very intuitive overall, and despite its uniqueness, it didn't take much time for us to get used to it. A 16-megapixel f2.0 camera can be found resting on the rear surface of the L2. Images shot on this can be best described as satisfactory. The year-old sensor from OmniVision struggles to deliver the sharpness and details you would expect from a smartphone in this price range, especially when there are phones with better cameras available in the market at around the same retail value. Where the LeEco L2's camera indeed shines is in the color reproduction department. No matter what the lighting condition, the colors are on point. The high dynamic range of the shooter is also worth appreciating. In low light, the pictures are littered with a highly visible amount of grain, and you can forget about getting any details here as well. 4K videos are possible on this smartphone, and they are not much different from the camera's photographs. They lack in detail and try to make up for that with good color reproduction. The LeEco's 8 megapixel front camera sounded great on paper with its f2.2 aperture and its 76.5-degree wide-angle lens. But that's not the case in reality. The colors in your photographs will get washed out, while the overall image will be extremely soft in focus. With an octa-core Snapdragon 652 processor and 3 GB worth of RAM inside it, the LeEco manages to handle everything you throw at it comfortably. It's indeed a good choice for power users as well. Heavy apps and games did not load as fast as they do on high-end smartphones, but they never let us grow impatient as well. The LeEco was able to handle playing HD and 4K videos easily as well. Coming to the battery of the LeEco, the 3000 mAh unit inside it offers a satisfactory amount of usage for the everyday consumer. Even if you're not using your device heavily, you'll still be able to go through your entire day with some charge left on it. That being said, the implementation of Qualcomm's quick charging helps it get juiced up incredibly fast, which is also a plus. In its price range, the LeEco L2 sits comfortably as an all-metal phone with impressive specifications. A major factor that will affect consumer interest then is the absence of a 3.5 mm audio jack. The CDLA implementation is excellent, but some may look at it as unnecessary. Since we did not get a unit with a faulty display like many others, we will not be including that aspect in our judgment. The occasional flickering of the display that we experienced was something we haven't seen others complain of, so it's possible it might be a one-off issue. But all this does indicate that the quality control department of the company hasn't done their job properly. The cameras on this device cannot be described as great, but they are satisfactory to say the least. The phone wins in the performance and battery departments though. We give it 3 out of 5 stars.